Hey everyone, David here. So, got a little bit of a special mini unboxing of a mini little handheld that Nintendo decided to release as of late, of course in limited quantities because that's just sold out fast. But seeing as that I had an opportunity at my job to snag one, and I felt compelled and kind of charmed by its little attributes, I thought, you know what? What the hell? So let's unbox the commemorative 35th anniversary Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch Mini. So first things first, the packaging. Nintendo, say what you want about them, they always manage to hit it when it comes to bringing that sense of nostalgia and commemoration of the product whenever they release these little mini console slash handhelds from time to time. And the Game & Watch is no exception. You have the gold and yellow and red motif sprinkled throughout. That's very, very 80s. Very kind of in your face as far as the color scheme is concerned, because you do have that gold plated box all around with the old school Game & Watch font and logo and aesthetic overall. But there's something that I personally consider rather special about this packaging that I'm about to disclose once I unbox it. But there you see the top. Nothing much going on the bottom except UPC code crap, and then of course you got your little logos. You even have an E for everyone rating, which is actually kind of surprising considering that it is technically housing a copy of Super Mario Bros. In there, so it's got to be rated. And then over on the sides, you don't really see anything except some legal stuff there. And then on the other side, Nintendo with the Game & Watch, no, I'm sorry, with the SM35 little etching right there to commemorate the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. And then on the back, a breakdown of the little features and doodads that are waiting for you inside of the Game & Watch, which we'll break down as soon as I get my hands on the system itself. So let's go ahead and unbox it. But in order to do so, I actually got myself a handy pair of scissors instead of using my car keys in an effort to not try and damage the original packaging, as I've come very close to do so in times prior. So we'll kind of make a little incision there. Do the same thing on the other side. And once we do, you will then see what I really enjoy about this box in particular is that it's actually being wrapped by a sleeve. And when you slide out the translucent sleeve, out comes the little features and set design of the Super Mario Bros. NES aesthetic, kind of taken away with the question blocks, and then of course the bricks at the bottom, the Koopas, the pipe, all that stuff kind of comes off, and it's really cute. It's really endearing to see that stuff going on the front, and then on the top you have the Super Mario Bros. Logo with Lakitu and a winged Koopa shell there, as well as in the back where you have Bowser waiting for you at the castle in that climactic battle to save, well, at least you're assuming to save the princess, and then you have fucking Toad telling you, it's in another castle. Where's she going? Anyways, years later, I'm still holding a grudge. Then you have the actual box, which mostly has the same details you saw before, except this time you actually see the Game & Watch gameplay going on right there with the ball game that's incorporated inside. We're going to open up the lid, assuming there's no more sticker holding us back. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so when you actually lift, I don't know if it's the same case on the other lid, but when you open the lid that's on your right, when you're facing the front of the package, you're greeted with a cute little message from Nintendo saying, "Special thanks to you," right there. It says special thanks to you, and you have Mario and Luigi donning Game & Watch bodies, which is partly frightening, giving you special thanks. Look at that. It's really cute. All right, I'm down for it. All right, this is off to a great start. And of course, as most Nintendo handhelds, there's a little piece of cardboard inside with a little tab for you to pull on. We do that, and out comes pretty much everything, as well as this little user guide / little warranty label. So you got that goodness going on right there. We'll put that to the side. Waiting for you inside of that little cardboard compartment, we of course have the USB-C charging cable, which is very surreal to see something that's supposed to harken back to a very old age of Nintendo using what is arguably one of the best and most technologically relevant ways to charge a device these days, which is just USB-C charging cable. I'm not gonna do it right now, but anyways, you get the gist. It's a USB-C cable that fringes on the short side. I think that they could have maybe thrown in a slightly longer cable, but we'll see exactly what the issue is there, or if there's any issue at all. And of course, it's Nintendo branded, as most of the USB-C cables they throw in with their consoles and Switches recently. And then going over to the other side, I think we have the little mini console itself. But to get to it, it's going to be... Oh, there you go. I was going to say, I think it was going to be a little bit tough because it looks like it's completely ensnarled inside of the package. But in here, we actually have a little tab that I think will then open this other lid. And we're going to have to tear into it because they clasp this thing tight. Damn it. Yeah, so we are going to have to make a slight little cut. Open this. It's a little on the delicate side, so we're just going to have to peel our fingers in there. Put this over to the side, and then that's what's gonna properly give us our own little mini console there. Slide it out, and there you have the commemorative 35th anniversary Game & Watch Mini Portable. And there it is on the front, looking ultra nostalgic with the red and gold, or copperish gold look and finish. You have the buttons, you even got the rubber buttons that actually feel rather nice. The D-pad, it feels a little bit on the... I don't want to say cheap, but it reminds me an awful lot of those I can't remember what they're called. The names are escaping me right now. But those that you used to find in the store, like at Montgomery Ward, that would have a little Sonic game or something in there that you would press. You guys know what I'm talking about. You have to. Anyways, you have it there, and then red plastic casing going on right there in the back. It definitely feels like something out of the 80s, really. I mean, I'm still pretty glad that I own one, but the plastic is one of the plastickiest things I've ever owned. And I guess that's maybe the intended idea, and it's supposed to be a miniaturized version of the original Game & Watch from the 1980s, so that's pretty much what you're kind of dealing with. In other words, we're pretty much dealing with terrible ergonomics because this thing is literally bricked as far as its shape is concerned, because you do have kind of like your angles and your corners here that are probably not going to make for long play sessions, and that's not exactly the intention behind this thing. And it's just one of the many things that Nintendo brought forth to the table to celebrate the plumber's 35th anniversary amongst pop culture. Of course, we can't really end this video without at least trying it once, so let's go ahead and turn it on. You actually have your power button and your charging port right there on the side, and I'm still flabbergasted by the fact that it's got a USB-C charge. It's actually rather endearing. So again, let's test it out by turning it on and see what it... Oh, that is so cute. Actually, this screen is actually pretty legit. The resolution and the quality, it's definitely not the 1980s anymore, because upon turning it on, you're greeted with a cute little image of Mario juggling some balls there. Not the only balls being juggled tonight. And then Luigi watching him fumble. What I do find interesting is that both of the plumbers here in this image are actually sporting their original color scheme from the NES days. You actually have Mario in red and brown, or like a greenish kind of brown, as opposed to his traditional red and blue overalls. And then you have Luigi. You can't really see his full suit, but you do notice that he has a white hat as opposed to a green hat, since that's pretty much what his outfit was back in the original NES Classic. So it says press time button. Pressing it. So upon hearing the beep, you're greeted to the clock screen. And the clock screen is set at the default 12, so you're likely going to have to set it yourself. What I don't know if I'm going to be a true fan of is that little beeping. I really hope that there's a way to turn this off, or like pause. Oh, here we go. So pressing the pause set button will allow you to control the volume, which will then bring the beeping either louder or quieter, or to the point where it's practically off. Setting the brightness of the screen, which of course can have an effect on your on your battery life. And then you have a screen that says set time. Let's bring it to 9:05. And we are set. Okay. So changing the time to what would originally be evening changes the screen as well, bringing forward an evening setting in the world of Super Mario Bros. NES. So that's pretty dope. That's actually pretty cute. So we have the time there. Pressing time again. Okay. So pressing time again actually switches the environment. It's still nighttime, but it's going to change the landscape a tad, where you have Mario jumping from left to right and trying to traverse the area while at the same time avoiding enemies. And he'll jump accordingly to whatever it is you got going on right there. So that's pretty dope. And then pressing pause set again brings forward not only your time, but over in the top left screen, but also the battery life indicator on the top right. So you kind of get a gist of when it's time to charge. And I'm assuming it's probably going to notify you when charge is low. Pressing the game button, on the other hand, he did not just do that. So when the minute changes, I'll try to see if I can incorporate some kind of footage here. But when the minute changes, he'll actually hit the minute so that it crumbles and then the other number falls down. It's little touches like this that I'm like, you know what? Now I'm pretty glad I put the money down for this, because this is absolutely adorable. Pressing the game button on the top right will then bring forward a menu that lets you select either Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, aka the Lost Levels, and then of course the ball Game & Watch game. So we've already known how it plays out. Let's try Super Mario Brothers. And this time I am going to bring forward... Oh, okay. So each game will have its own volume and brightness settings. So that's pretty dope that you don't have to control it by just one, because I would have liked to leave the audio of this game alone while at the same time bringing down that little beeping from the clock. I just wouldn't have appreciated that. So let's select one player. Oh, that's what it is? Okay, so upon expecting the overall Game & Watch, I was thinking, where are the speakers? How are you going to be able to hear this? It's a little slit here on the left side of the console. I think they could have done something to optimize the audio just a little better. I know, again, they're probably trying to be one-to-one with the original 1980s classic, but I think that's one thing that they could have improved upon as far as like having it be more accessible or just more pleasing overall to the eyes and ears, because they very clearly updated the screen. This is a full-blown LCD screen as opposed to what they used to be, like the liquid kind of stuff back in the 1980s with the original Game & Watches. Forgive me if I don't know about the proper terminology, but you know, you'd figure that with them improving the screen to have such much better resolution and reaction time, and I would even say frame rate, they would have done the same thing with the audio. The audio itself sounds pretty crisp. I just don't like it that to an extent, it kind of sounds like it's coming off of one side as opposed to both sides. So it's almost like you're getting mono audio as opposed to the truer experience you will get on your TV. But after all, it is a mini console, so what can you do? So pressing pause set again brings back the volume and the brightness and the option to reset the game. Pressing time will just bring you back to the time. And I guess that just exits the game. So can you save the... Ooh. Okay. So mid-game, if you press time, it'll take you to the time screen. But when you press game and select the game again, it'll actually bring you to the part where you left off. And basically pressing game again will be your overall pause button. So now let's go from Super Mario Brothers to now test out the ball game and see how that plays out. And it's just Game & Watch like you know it, where you have to catch the ball in accordance to where it's going. And of course, he's not going to look like the original Game & Watch. He's going to have the Mario head, part of this brand new special edition, and I almost missed the ball. So top score as of right now, 19. So that's game A. What's game B? Do I just play as... Oh, 3 balls. So there you have it. The commemorative 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch Mini. Here's the deal. I understand that from a optical standpoint, $50 for this little thing might be kind of steep, and I totally understand if you do feel that way. I simply just jumped at the chance because of how rare these things are becoming, and I did find myself being swooned by its charm, especially with, out of all the games that are all the games and features that are added to this little mini device, I'm more charmed by the fact that it's a commemorative 1980s piece with a USB-C drive, but also this little time application with the little details and callbacks to old school Super Mario Bros. Is really what won me over. And incorporating Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. 2 / The Lost Levels is a nice touch, especially if you want something that's very light and slim enough to carry and still be able to get some kind of old school gaming squeezed into your lunch breaks or whatever. This is nice. The ball game from Game & Watch, maybe not so much. It's kind of, a product of its time, and I understand that the overall design and look and ergonomics of this thing are products of their time, but that's essentially what the purpose of it is exactly. So chances are, if you're willing to pay money for this, you kind of already made your choice as to whether or not this is for you. It's kind of a hard call to make as far as like review and recommendation, but at this point, if you see it in your store or online, considering how limited quantities these things are, because they are coming from Nintendo during a commemorative time to celebrate 35 years of Super Mario Brothers, your gut is pretty much telling you what you're already feeling. And if you listen to what you're hearing, then you're going to pull that trigger eventually. I'm sorry, you're going to click that button and add to cart. Or you can take that button, click subscribe to this channel, or go over to my other social media platforms, links in the description below. I also have a Twitch channel, hit the follow button over there, link is going to be in the description as well. And that really about does it for my unboxing / review of the Game & Watch Mini. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay humble.